Life is really simple, but men insist on making it complicated. The Three Paths. In the bustling city of Linhua, a young man named Wei stood at a crossroads, both literally and figuratively. He had just graduated from university, his diploma still crisp in its folder, yet he felt utterly lost. Wei's family had high expectations. His father urged him to take a lucrative corporate job in the city, his mother wished for him to settle down and marry soon, and his friends were chasing big dreams abroad. Wei, however, felt no clear pull in any direction. He envied those who seemed to know exactly what they wanted, while his own path felt shrouded in fog. One evening, overwhelmed by the weight of it all, Wei wandered to the outskirts of the city, where an ancient temple sat atop a hill. It was said that the temple's caretaker, an old monk named Master Kong, was a man of profound wisdom. When Wei arrived, the temple was quiet, illuminated by the soft glow of lanterns. He found Master Kong sweeping the stone courtyard with deliberate, unhurried strokes. "Master," Wei said, bowing deeply. "I'm lost. My life feels like a maze of decisions, and every choice seems more complicated than the last." Master Kong paused, leaning on his broom. "Why do you think life is so complicated?" Wei hesitated. "Because there are so many paths to choose from, and each one comes with sacrifices and expectations. I don't want to make the wrong decision." The old monk smiled gently. "Come, let me show you something." Master Kong led Wei to a small garden behind the temple, where three narrow paths branched off in different directions. "These are the three paths," Master Kong explained. "Each represents a way of living." The first path was paved with stones, its surface smooth and glimmering under the lantern light. "This is the path of ambition," the monk said. "It is for those who chase success and wealth. They seek the brightest futures, but often forget to enjoy the present." Wei imagined himself walking this path, dressed in a fine suit, climbing the corporate ladder. The thought was appealing but left a hollow feeling in his chest. The second path was lined with flowers, carefully tended but constrained by wooden fences. "This is the path of duty," Master Kong said. "It is for those who dedicate their lives to family and tradition. They find security but may wonder if they've sacrificed their own desires." Wei thought of his mother's wish for him to marry and settle down. It felt comforting yet confining, like a warm blanket on a stifling day. The third path was unpaved, its dirt uneven and scattered with wild grass. It wound gently through the garden, disappearing into the forest. "This is the path of simplicity," the monk said. "It is for those who value the small joys of life, who take each day as it comes, free of unnecessary burdens." Wei looked down this path and felt a sense of calm. It was less polished than the others, but something about its untamed beauty spoke to him. "Which path should I choose?" Wei asked. Master Kong chuckled softly. "Life isn't about choosing just one path, Wei. The complication arises when you try to walk all of them at once, or when you let others decide for you. Life is really simple, but men insist on making it complicated." Wei frowned. "But how do I know which is right for me?" The monk handed him the broom. "Start by sweeping. Focus only on what's in front of you, not the paths ahead. The right one will reveal itself when the time comes." Wei spent the night at the temple, helping with chores and sharing a simple meal of rice and tea with the monk. As he swept the courtyard under the moonlight, a thought struck him. He didn't need all the answers now. Perhaps life wasn't about choosing the perfect path, but about walking forward and trusting himself to adjust along the way. The next morning, Wei left the temple, his heart lighter. He returned to the city and took a modest job, not for wealth or prestige, but to give himself time to explore what truly mattered. He spent his weekends hiking, visiting his parents, and practicing calligraphy, a childhood hobby he had forgotten. Years later, Wei found himself standing on the hill again, now a father with a small child by his side. He had built a life not of grandeur but of contentment. As his son tugged at his hand, pointing toward the temple, Wei smiled and whispered the monk's words to himself. "Life is really simple, but men insist on making it complicated." For Wei, simplicity wasn't about avoiding ambition or duty. It was about choosing what felt true to himself, one step at a time.